What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports. I'm Cole.
Your boy Joe.
And we are with part two of the Super Bowl podcast. Part two. It's a new day, obviously. We got a lot of stuff, gotta do something new, change it up a little bit. But
Set up professional audio. What does that mean? It just came up.
it's something new. Something new.
I don't know. I don't want to click it. It's so bad.
Yeah, don't mess up what we got going.
Yeah.
Especially because I think the comments like your voice. Let me just take a sip of.
So white.
I had to go.
White people get the
You're talking about white, okay? Well, I went and got pimento cheese at the store.
Well, I guess since we're gonna talk about the white subject, we're gonna start with the first head coach. Raheem Morris.
That's a good segue. I like what you did there.
Nah, that's kind of old news though. We want some good flavor.
Yeah. Let's talk about the retired coaches that are now in their new roles.
Which one haven't we talked about yet?
On the podcast, we haven't talked about any of them, but discussing for me, I'll talk about Nick Saban, obviously. Nick Saban is going to be on College Game Day now. It's confirmed. Most of the SEC media days, I think he's going to be a part of it, tuning in for all the coaches. And I don't know the details on that. And then he is going to be a part of draft night for this year's draft.
As long as he wasn't part of the committee, because if that was the case, then Alabama would be in every.
Well, that's the excuse that Georgia fans and other people were saying is the only reason Bama got in is because they knew Saban was retiring. Saban didn't even know he was retiring until 5 minutes before he made the announcement. So that's a bunch of. No, he did not.
Him and Kirby discussed it after the SEC championship.
No, they didn't.
Yes. When they had their little relapse, you saw Nick Saban whisper something in Kirby's ear. And you saw
They didn't whisper. They've got it on the mic where he just said, I'm too old to do this. And Kirby goes, no, you're not.
Yeah, but I'm talking about after that.
But Kirby thought he was joking. Kirby thought he was joking. He wasn't. All right. What about Mr. Belichick?
He's supposed to be joining, I want to say, a reuniting with Gronk on Fox Sports. So, I guess he's going to take that role into, what would it be, an analyst?
Yeah, basically he would be a sport. I don't know about sportscaster. Gronk's not that. It's just an analyst. So they'd be the same thing as who else does it? Like Michael Irvin, I think does.
Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in that aesthetic.
Yeah, because the actual commentators are like Tony Romo and those guys.
Yeah. Joe Book.
Yeah, of course you would bring his name up. You can't stand him. Do you know that actually? Speaking of Tony Romo, did you know that CBS told him he had to tone back on the amount of film that he watched because he would predict plays before it happened?
He's a quarterback.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that I don't know if it's because it was making other announcers feel bad or people thought that it was, rigged. I mean, we'll get to that in a second too because I'm bringing that back up. I'm bringing that back up again about the whole rigged thing because him saying something and then it happening. It's not like he knew the actual play. It's just tendencies.
It's like, not sports related, but Jinxie with Rainbow Six Siege. Enemy combatant, 3 steps to your left. The next thing you know, somebody's there. You're like, wow.
I know, right? That's because, he's got wall hacks. That's really what it is now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, something like that.
He has play hacks.
What is it? Belichick's son is now the DC for the University of Washington?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's what I saw. So he's not in the NFL anymore, but he is going to college.
Yes.
You want to go straight into NFL awards?
Yeah, we can. Cause I think as far as I know.
All right, we're starting with the hot one first because for me I'm hot. I am through the roof hot. All right, NFL MVP was given to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's second NFL MVP, the youngest person in the NFL to get 2 MVPs. Patrick Mahomes held that before him. Now it's him. He's the 5th player to win multiple MVPs in his first 6 seasons. Obviously Mahomes, Brett Favre, Kurt Warner, Jim Brown, and obviously he's the 6th. The main thing about it is he had 29 total touchdowns total. So it's his passing and his rushing, and he totaled 3,600. Oh my God! There goes the website. I don't know what's going on. They're seeing what's happening. It's like possessed. What's going on? Yeah, you guys see this. Joe doesn't see this at all. I don't know what's
You want me
happening.
to back it up?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Oh, I saw what happened. No, we're we're good. That was wild. I don't know what that was. Let's get back to it. All right, so he had a QBR of 64.7. These are all top 10, by the way. Not top 5, not top 3, top 10. Yards per attempt, 8, which they did pass more, and he did better passing because he had a total of almost 3,700 passing yards. And he had 821 rushing, so he's the only player to produce 3,000 passing, 800 rushing multiple times, winning MVP in both seasons. But his stats in the year that he won the first one was ridiculous. Um, he overtook Purdy. I wish I guess the reason they gave it to Lamar is the fact that head to head Lamar outplayed Purdy when they played each other. Like Purdy having, what was it, 4 interceptions in that game. But that's the thing is the whole thing about it being a quarterback thing.
What held it back from Josh Allen?
That's my thing too. That's the other thing because realistically, I said
I mean, if you go by stats, I mean,
yeah, I would say but and also their streak that they had up until they got screwed against the Chiefs. Well, Josh Allen played bad in that last drive, so I wouldn't say screwed, but there was some, like we talked about the the away, the refs and the away team and stuff, but he literally had to carry the team there at the end just to get them where they were. Because my prediction at the beginning of the season would have been right about them not making the playoffs, having an off year, because they were 6-6 before they ended up basically going out.
yeah.
Um,
A lot of people would have they were gonna make it.
Yeah, he had. It's all because of his performance against San Fran and Miami, is what they're saying. But their MVP should have been McCaffrey, and then they could have gave Offensive Player of the Year to Lamar. I think those should have flipped. Honestly, the NFL MVP is the best player in the NFL. It should not be a quarterback award, but I will die on that hill, and obviously, it's never going to happen. So McCaffrey won Offensive Player of the Year by far. The only other person that would have came close is Tyreek. That's it. Um, I'll let you talk about Defensive Player of the Year because both of us agree on this.
Right now, just so I can get accurate numbers.
I have the votes if you want me to pull them up.
Well, I'm not talking about votes. I just want just raw statistics.
I'm looking at it.
Defensive player of the year. There was a few finals. Some of the names. Miles Garrett, T.J. Watt. I think Michael Parsons was on there.
Mm.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Max Crosby, Trey
Max
Hendrickson,
Crosby.
those kind of guys.
So there was a couple of formidable names, right? Well, the main one that people, I guess, really all of football assumed was going to win was T.J. Watt. I mean, this dude had a phenomenal year. He was a heart and soul of Pittsburgh's defense, which I feel like is the type of player that deserves these awards. I mean, when you are just like that rock solid guy that the defense or offense relies on, to me that's who deserves it, right? So I'm just gonna get into some stats. We all know Miles Garrett won. It shocked a lot of people.
And my thing is they gave it to them because of, and their reasoning, I'm looking at the actual website for ESPN.
I didn't look up that.
So he only had 14 sacks, so he was 7th. I mean, at least he was top 10. It's because their whole defense was the best statistic-wise in the regular season. They led the league in defensive efficiency, yards per game allowed, 3-and-out rates.
Is that because of him?
Well, here's the thing. All right, he finishes second in pass rush win rate, despite facing the third highest double team. That makes sense on why they would give it to him. If he was double teamed 29% of the time and he still won 31% of his pass rushes. Now, he's in second. Who's first? I would assume TJ Watt. The Browns won 4 in a row. That's also because of Joe Flacco. We'll get to him in a second. They've gotten the playoffs. He had 35 pass rush wins. So, out of his percentage, his pass rush wins was 35. And the only other person to have over 20 was TJ Watt at 26. So, he did beat Watt in that category. He goes, I know the focus is on sack numbers. He goes, but that definitely does not tell the whole story. This is the general manager. So, offensive
Well,
rookie
with
of the year.
sacks, I mean, T.J. Watt only had, five more than him, which five is still a big number.
T.J. Watt didn't play the full season, did he?
Huh?
He missed what, 2 or 3 games?
Yeah.
That's the other thing about McCaffrey too. McCaffrey missed 3 games and still did what he did.
But it's
Stupid.
just like if you look at like these statistics, just go by tackles. These are solo tackles. T.J. Watt with 48, and Miles Garrett with 33.
So what about this? What about the rookie of the years, right? Offense and defense. Think about last year. It was both on one team.
This year was both on.
It was both on the Jets. It was Garrett Wilson and Sauce, correct?
Yeah. This year is Stroud and Will Anderson.
Well, Will Anderson, which I mean, they were right there, top 5 picks, both of them, for a reason. And like, look at these numbers. Like for C.J. Stroud in general, he finished with 41.08 passing yards, the third most for a rookie behind Andrew Luck and Justin Herbert. That's it. He passed for 470 against the Bucks in Week 9, the most ever by a rookie. So he has a record. Let's see what else. His interception to touchdown ratio 23-5.
Not even bad.
He led the league. That was the league lead. That's why that point right there is why no quarterback should have won the MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, sure, but that's why if a rookie had the best touchdown to interception ratio, why is the MVP going to another quarterback when C.J. Stroud really, if you want to say, then he should have deserved it, right? And there's a lot of offensive rookies that could if C.J. Stroud would have won MVP as a rookie. And I don't know if they have rules they make up for that stuff.
I think would have been
it would have been Sam Laporta probably as offensive rookie of the year. There's a lot of offensive. You don't think so?
I think Puka Nacua would have passed him.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that dude broke like 4 records this year.
Yeah, Puka, Sam Laporta. There's other rookies that popped off too.
There's a lot.
Jameer Gibbs with the Lions.
I mean, this was a really good rookie class.
Yes, very good, especially offensively.
Could have been Zay Flowers if
he didn't fumble.
certain allegations didn't come up.
Oh, well, that too. Defensive rookie of the year, my boy Will Anderson. His sack number slowed down.
I can see that, man.
What'd you say?
There was only one other. Well, what's his name? I need your assistance here. The quarterback for Dallas. Is he a rookie? The one that had
the one that had 9 picks?
Yes.
I don't think Deron Bland was a rookie. Let me check.
But if he's not a rookie, the only other person besides Will Anderson I would have saw would have been Witherspoon, Seattle.
I want to look at his career. He was a draft pick in 2022, so this was his second season.
That's what I was thinking, but I just didn't. I wanted to be clear before.
Yeah, I don't think he played his 22 season. Hold on. Yeah, he did. He played all games. He had 5 picks in his rookie year.
This dude's just a pick magnet.
And out of the 9 picks, how many did he return for touchdowns?
6 this year.
5. I thought it was 6 also, but I mean, still, you get 9 picks and over half of them are pick sixes.
I thought the record was 5.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It says he's got 5. I thought the record was 4, and he was tied, and he broke in Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude's still a monster.
Yeah, let me look at Will Anderson's stuff. So they talk about his sack number slowing down later in the season, but he was 3rd in pass rush win rate. So he was behind basically Watt and Miles Garrett, and he was a rookie.
No, I have no.
His run game stopping. So he was known as an edge rusher at Bama, but that last year before he got drafted, that's what impressed me the most was he was no longer just a pass rusher. He stopped the run. He was the 6th best in run stop win rate, at least among defensive ends. Obviously, defensive tackles have a better job of that. He finished the season with 7 sacks. It wasn't a lot. 10 tackles for loss, but then he still had 22 QB hits, despite missing 2 games with an ankle injury. Coach of the year. Go ahead and talk about it, because you and I are we don't agree at all.
You said the coach of the year.
Yes, with Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, I mean, the dude battled. His team was very up and down with injuries, and but I mean, he brought along another dude that ended up winning an award later on, which from what I heard and seen, that was a big point to his winning is him being able to make that move. But I just feel like dude, there's other coaches out there that made a bigger impact.
Well, and this is the thing. They're talking about the reason the Browns have made 3 postseasons since 1999. Two of them came from Stefanski as the coach, 2020 and this year, and he was coach of the year in both. But you can't tell me Dan Campbell with the Lions doesn't deserve it. He went further, had a better record, got screwed over on a second seed, potentially a first seed, depending on how things would have fallen through. Um, you also had, I mean, you could have already gave it to D'Amico Ryans for what he did in his first season ever as an NFL head coach.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's some that one had a lot of questions, man. I think that one is more of what aspect did you look at? Did you look at
They're saying it's because of what he did with the team after all their injuries. Like, they don't have Deshaun Watson, they don't have Nick Chubb, and they still go 11-6. Okay, I mean, I give you props. But Cleveland has had more success recently than the Detroit Lions, than the Houston Texans.
yeah,
I mean, what? Who beat Cleveland in the playoffs?
Texas
There you go.
whooped their booty.
Where Deshaun Watson came from didn't matter. Um, let's see what else. Comeback Player of the Year. I think it's deserved. People are mad. They're quoting because of Damar Hamlin. A guy died on the field. First off, I don't think was he technically labeled as
Technically,
dead.
he was non-responsive.
That's what I thought. I don't think that they quoted him as dead, because that means they would have had to bring him back to life. I don't remember the full details, but it wouldn't have happened then. It would have happened at the hospital. And if he was dead in that moment on the field,
If
he would
if
not
he
have
would
made
came
it to the
back,
hospital.
if he would have came back this year and he would have played every game, started every game, would have came in just
Eh,
just put up numbers.
Yeah, I mean, well, not even like crazy numbers. Like, he gets 3 picks and maybe a sack or two at being at
Stuff
safety.
like that, I can say he has potential to be that. But I mean, and I ain't saying nothing to the aspect of this dude didn't deserve to be on that list because he did damn near lose his life on the field, right?
Hmm.
But for an award of this it's not because of that, and you got back on the field. You came back off a retirement or off a huge injury, and you made an impact. That's what this award means. He came back on the field. He lived to see another day, but he didn't make an impact on team on the field.
Not like a huge enough impact to be like that. Like Joe Flacco
I mean, Joe Flacco,
only
he
played.
came back.
He came back 7 weeks before the playoffs. Started
Yeah.
the last 5 games, and in the last 5 games had 1,600 passing yards. If he would have started all 17 at that rate, he'd had over 5,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
Over 5,000.
Hmm? Did he not? Now I don't know. I don't know if this was a true statistic, but did he not in his games that he played with Cleveland? Did he not make top 30 of their all-time passers?
Probably. Just from that.
I had saw something like that.
I
But
mean, it's
I
not like
didn't
Cleveland's
look
had
into it.
phenomenal quarterbacks in the past, so.
I'm just that's wild if that is true. This dude played 5 games, started 5 games, and became top 30, out of your whole history.
Hmm.
There is something else too that I want to get into after we go over the awards. Something else that came up with the NFL.
I mean, that's the end of the awards right there.
Oh, well, I just want to review some of the or all the following members for the Hall of Fame inductees for 2024.
Devin Hester's one of them, correct?
He is. There's actually there's well, I'm gonna count three. There's three Bears on here.
Read them.
Read all of them. Well, I'll just start.
Yeah, go
So
for
we
it.
got Dwight Freeney.
Dwight Freeney, fantastic from the Colts,
We got Devin Hester.
of course,
We got Andre Johnson.
fantastic,
We got Julius Peppers.
oh,
I
fantastic.
count him as a Bear, even though he
He should be in basketball like college Hall of Fame too.
You got Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis.
You got Randy Grashnier. And then you got and this name is sad to say because I hope he gets to see himself get inducted.
Mm-hmm.
But Steve McMichael is going through like really bad health issues right now. Back in I want to say it was in 2019 or 2020, he was diagnosed with ALS, and his paralysis right now is like affecting his like day-to-day life like really bad. So I'm hoping he's able to, because that dude's like a Bear legend. When he passes, it will silence Chicago, just like you know how Dick Buckets did, you know, a few months back. Well, I mean, those are the 2024 inductees. I'm really glad that they finally gave Hester his shot of light.
Agreed.
That dude has been getting nominated like the past few years, man. It just has been just slipping up.
Well, you know, Mahomes is already in it, so you know.
Well, yeah. But I mean, there's just not a lot of stuff that people would touch that Hester did. In that
For sure.
aspect.
I mean, like before Hester, it was Dion.
Well, I mean, and then too now, like you know, I can't even fault the players for this, but too, like you know how the rules have changed.
Yeah.
You know, he was known to run kickoffs back. It's very, very hard to even see a kickoff get returned unless it was a purpose kick or they just had balls and they took it out of the end zone. I mean, I don't think nobody will ever run an opening kickoff back in the Super Bowl anymore and then turn around and lose.
Well, I mean, it was basically what him, Jacoby Jones, and I don't know the rest of the list. Speaking of the Super Bowl, you ready for some more odds?
Let's do it.
All right. You know how we talked about the Gatorade bath? You said it was going to be red. Well, both teams are red. I said orange. You know what? We probably should have said. Now, our bets are written down. It's too late. What's the Super Bowl logo? Red and
Purple.
purple. So it's probably going to be purple because there's two red teams. That's someone saying there is no Gatorade bath is an odd. Doesn't count. Even if they miss the coach, it still counts. Other novelty props, including the coin toss. All right, coin toss, heads or tails. What's it going to land on? I want to write this one down.
Tails.
Tails never fails, dude. It's always tails.
Exactly, dude. You have to go with it. I have not been proven wrong, unless I'm Jerome Bettis and what I said was opposite.
Let's see what else. They talk about the national anthem length. It's not a big deal. Let's look at this. Tails has an advantage, 30 over 27 through 57. It's always a 50% chance, statistically, but it's 30 to 27. So it's going to always be it's going to be a little off the more you do it. What is going to be the first song on the Super Bowl halftime by Usher?
Yeah.
You think it's yeah? The lead right now is they're saying it's My Way or OMG. I think it's DJ Got Us Falling in Love.
It's gonna be Confessions Part 2.
You said yeah?
Yeah.
I'm saying DJ.
It's either gonna be that or Confessions Part 2.
Maybe even My Boo, Superstar, Good, Boyfriend, Burn, Loving This Club. Loving This Club's a good one. There's a lot.
You gotta do upbeat stuff though.
Well, yours and mine is the fourth and fifth best odds, so if we actually place this bet, we'd make some good cash.
Do they have any like Post Malone ones?
No, this is just very simple
It's just
ones.
Usher. I mean,
Where
I
the
respect that.
will the Super Bowl MVP mention Taylor Swift?
Yes.
I don't. The odds is yes because the bets are saying Travis Kelce is going to win the MVP.
I think you have to mention Taylor Swift.
If Brock Purdy wins it, he's just gonna go. I'm the real 13. oh,
No, because if
you
you
remember the thing I said yesterday about
yes,
4+9 and 5+8 and the one
everything
seed and
was
the three
split up
seed?
to 13.
Guess what the Super Bowl date also is? It's in 2
Is it
days.
February 13th?
February 11th. Oh, 2+11. That's
That's getting too technical.
that's what I said. They're getting too deep in it, but it's kind of funny though. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. You ready for some trivias?
Let's do it. Oh, something else came up
Oh,
today though.
pop it up. Tell me.
Um, I think it was Nick. I think
Nick
it was
Chubb.
Boza and
Nick.
McCaffrey's. Um, I guess hotel room or whatnot that they're staying at.
Yeah.
The fire alarm went off, and it woke them up like really early in the morning
Uh huh.
during one of their like I guess training practices.
Uh huh.
So they were saying that somebody was sabotaging their sleep and their rest.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that. That the so the fire alarm.
Yeah.
That I'm glad you brought that up because I almost completely forgot because I remember reading that and I was like, and then McCaffrey and them think it was on purpose.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Now it doesn't mean that someone like from Kansas City did, but obviously with the whole field situation is kind of strange. And then this happens. All it means is a Kansas City fan is gonna, that's all it takes.
I saw it this morning. I was like, oh my god, like, are you serious?
Well, I mean they're allowed to whine if Patrick Mahomes can whine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So here you go. Follow up to yesterday's trivia, sir. You knew what it was going to be, but I don't think you remember. There were, counting Brock Purdy, 8 quarterbacks in their second year to play in a Super Bowl. 4 have won. Who are those 4?
4 have won.
4 have won. So obviously you can't count Brock Purdy yet. 4 of these quarterbacks won in their second year.
Big Ben.
Big Ben is 1.
I'm trying to remember the quarterbacks.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna look it up.
No, don't cheat. Stop cheating. Cheater.
Alright, so we got Big Ben.
Yep. Cheater, you better stop.
The quarterbacks.
Do you want me to remind you the quarterbacks? Will that help?
Yeah.
All right. So the quarterbacks were obviously Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
Big Ben, Dan Marino, Kurt Warner, Tom Brady, Kaepernick, Russell Wilson. Oh, so there wasn't 8, there was 7 counting Brock
Alright,
Purdy.
so you got Brady,
Brady,
Big Ben,
Big Ben,
Kurt Warner,
Kurt Warner, and
Dan Marino.
incorrect. Dan Marino did not win his.
Oh.
I mean, it's basically down to Joe Burrow.
Well, Joe Burrow didn't win.
Okay, no, so it's down to Kaepernick and Russell Wilson.
Wilson didn't win, so it had to be Kaepernick.
Kaepernick didn't win; he lost against the Ravens.
Wilson lost because they didn't run beast mode.
That was his 4th year, or 5th year, or 3rd year. His first year was against Peyton Manning
He went
Broncos.
back to back.
I think so, and that's why they lost.
Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah, it's Russell Wilson. They played the Broncos. Remember Peyton Manning? That was when it was really the Legion of Boom. Like it was like 28-6 or something like that. Oh no, 43-8. I forgot. It was bad. All right, I still have one more trivia.
Nope.
Yep. Name the last 3 Super Bowl MVPs that were not a quarterback.
That were not a quarterback?
Correct.
You said the last 3?
3, just the last 3.
Damn. I hate when you give me these ones that make me have to like really like.
Just
Think
go
about
just
it.
go backwards. Who won last year's?
Quarterback.
was the quarterback?
Huh?
Who was the quarterback? Okay. Who won the Super Bowl the year before that?
Is that what Stafford won?
That was the Rams, correct. Who won the Super Bowl MVP of that one? Was it Stafford?
I want to say no. I'm trying to think who it was though. They didn't have a Nakua Naduga.
They did not have a Puka Nakua, but they had a who?
They had a Cooper Cup.
They did have a
Did he win
Cooper.
it?
They did have a Cooper Cup. All right. Year before that,
And then it was Brady.
it was not Brady. It was Brady after the Rams won. Then it was Kansas City versus the 49ers in 2020. That was also Mahomes. Then it was okay.
There's another receiver.
Okay, who was it? Who was the Super Bowl that we're talking about?
I think he's a. I want to say, is he an assistant coach? No.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking of the other one. They both played on the same team. Both white guys.
Okay. Well, why is it so funny? Why is it white guys?
So they stayed out.
It's so stupid.
Oh.
At least tell me the team so I can help you.
New England.
All right, so yes, the Patriots won a defensive game against the Rams. It was Jared Goff Rams. And I got mad because I thought it should have been a defensive player that won, and they didn't give it to a defensive player. They gave it to a receiver. You were correct.
Yeah.
Who is it? You forgot his name?
Huh?
You forgot his name?
I'm just gonna start naming like in my mind.
Yeah, just name like all the best white receivers you know.
Well, I'm from New England.
There's only
It
two.
wasn't Armageddon.
Who's Armageddon? You mean Amendola?
Yeah.
Danny Amendola. It is not him, correct.
Who was the other one?
His initials are J.E.
That's gonna make me overthink it. I really hate these fucking trivia questions.
Well, you never get good ones for me. I got good ones for you all the time. You had some good ones in the past. I can't lie. Nope. I'm gonna say it. It's gonna make you mad.
Remember this dude's name.
It's gonna make you mad.
Number 11?
Think of Madagascar, the lemurs.
Fucking lemur.
Do you don't remember his name? What was his name? It was King what?
You're asking me about Madagascar.
I'm trying to give you a hint. I mean,
I got it.
what is it?
I remembered it.
What was it?
Julia Edelman.
Yeah, Julian Edelman. Okay, that's two.
This one I have no idea.
All right, I got you. Philadelphia beat New England, so Nick Foles got it.
Okay.
Then the year before that, it was the Falcons choke, so it was
That
Brady.
was the year that we had it too, when Nick Foles won.
Nope, it's not. Mitchell Trubisky doesn't count. The Falcons choked. Tom Brady won. The year before that was. Do you
Is
remember?
that the one with Wilson?
This was Super Bowl 50. This is not Russell Wilson. This did have Peyton Manning in it, though.
Is this when he went to Denver?
This is
This one
Denver
for Denver?
versus Carolina.
Oh, Cam Newton.
But who won the Super Bowl? Who won the Super Bowl?
I think Denver won it.
Denver won.
Didn't they give it to that receiver that passed?
It was not Demaryius Thomas. This was not an offensive player.
That just completely fucked me over.
Well, this guy. All right, you want me to tell you what current team he plays for? Because he's old now.
He's old. Just give me a position.
I'll tell you his stats. He had 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and a pass breakup.
I want to say he's probably more of like the.
But that's like true stats. He had like a 70% quarterback hurry rating in that game?
I want to say he's. Give me his stats one more time.
He had 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and a pass defended. But the main reason why that's not on here as stats is his rush rate on quarterback hurry was like over 50%.
Was he an outside linebacker?
He was an edge rusher, yes.
He's an edge. Okay. That don't help me at all. But
I mean, it's a linebacker. He plays for the Buffalo Bills. We had a conversation about him. He got in trouble, was able to get away with it because he turned himself in. I can't tell you what his name starts with. They'd give it away. You only got a minute.
that's all I need. Fuck. Think of one outside. Dude, my dad's pissing me off right now. It's like I'm wanting to sing the song in my head.
What song is he listening to?
I don't fucking know.
You don't even know. You just know the song. I'm gonna say it.
It's fuck. It's I think it starts with a V.
It does start with a V. You're on the right track.
Why am I drawing a blank?
Oh no! You're gonna choke. I'm gonna tell you because we're running out of time.
If I don't have it by 30 seconds, tell me.
It's gonna shut off by then, and I'll have to sign out without you. We're winding down, guys.
Von Miller.
Von Miller. Oh, there we go. Clutch. This was Let's Talk Sports. Joe came down to the wire here with trivia. I'm Cole,
I'm Joe.
and we see you guys after the Super Bowl. Peace out.